Since the 1990s, since the 1980s actually, political polarization and economic inequality have been on the rise in the United States. American citizens have said on public opinion surveys that they distrust Congress, for example, they distrust the political parties. They think that politicians are more likely to serve special interests. This is despite the fact that in the 1990s, there was a lot of agreement about democracy being the best form of government, and there was widespread growth, economic growth and prosperity, but those gains weren't equally shared in the population. Especially after the 2008 financial crisis, we know that both parties have embraced a similar economic agenda of globalization, deregulation, financialization, while some sectors have thrived, like the knowledge economy, or those of us who can work from home during this crisis, for example, while traditional manufacturing, labor unions have been on the decline, and the balance of power between labor and capital has shifted in ways that leave many American workers and communities worse off. We also have an increasingly diverse society, which Frank will talk about in just a second, but there are some real issues being raised that Americans perceive politicians as being unable to address or have refused to negotiate or compromise on in ways that satisfy what American majorities may want from their government. So quickly to talk about potential solutions, we've thought about some institutional reforms that might mitigate some of the populist tendencies in the United States, not only the importance of leaders talking openly about the need to shore up democratic institutions, but also potentially improving election administration in the US, which remains highly decentralized and administered in a partisan fashion at the state level. Ranked choice voting, which would encourage candidates to reach across the aisle or to new groups of voters when trying to win office, and potentially electoral college reform as well, so that the popular vote winner is also the winner of the election itself.